I spent on some locked up shit in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true.
Relationship Reality Podcast.
I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she tryin' bless me like I said I chew. Like a nigga sneeze, nigga please for them trick or squeeze. I'm getting cream. Never let them hoes get in between of what we started. Little nigga, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck and they hated when I departed. I go and get it regardless. Draw it like I'm an artist. No crawling, went straight to walking with foreigns in my garages.
I'm just a D girl from around the way with a whole lot of shit to say. It's your girl, KD.
It's your hostess with the mostest. It's Kiki.
With DTM, that's Dr. DTM, man. Pure motivation. I am Mr. Energy. Everybody love me. I don't have one enemy. I'm starting to hope with these Jews are free. It's a win-win. You can't lose with me. I got my mind and my grind right now. I'm on the bus, so I'm do it for that limelight. If you know me, you know that I'm more than a savage who love living life and is allergic to average. So in conclusion, so there's no confusion, if you see somebody realer than me, it's an illusion. What up, though? Welcome to Relationship Reality, where we don't keep score. We just keep scoring. What it do? Hey, yeah.
So your shit pre-recorded. We gotta say our shit every week.
I'm just saying.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
You know, I be working out here. You know
I'm
what
about
I'm
to start
saying?
playing with the damn thing.
I got the working out here. I was like, you know what? This thing can do a lot. Let's do a lot with the thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah, I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. So, how was y'all week and weekend?
You know, another day, another dollar.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, definitely different. So we'll say it was. We'll leave it at different. We're gonna stay there. We did hit the H-Town, and the H-Town was fun. You know what I'm saying? We enjoyed that.
The turkey leg
Extremely.
was good.
Man,
If
I'm
you-
back for that. I'm not gonna lie.
If you are in the H-Town area, you have to go to the Turkey Leg Hut. They not a sponsor, but the food was so good that I'm gonna have to go ahead and give them that free sponsorship right there because it was it was amazing.
DTM said we catching a flight just to go there.
Yeah, we finna do a 1-day flight.
For sure.
You know,
My cousins did it.
I was about to say that's who gave me my new life. They gave me new life when he was like, no, we just here for the day. I was like, straight up, it's on.
Come on, it's on.
No, you got to hit the A in a few weeks, but then right after the A, we're going back to the H-Town for a day, and then we might even go around the world. Let's go around the world
In a day?
and not in a day.
Oh, I'm about to say the fuck.
Not in the day.
I don't even think Jesus did that, so we won't do it in a day. But
Say we gotta stop and visit some places.
yeah. You got to be able to enjoy your day. So
So we're gonna leave the airport, go to the turkey leg hut, leave there, and go back to the airport.
Just for a day. Just whatever you could do in that
in
day.
that day, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You
Well,
can
we're about to be in line for 4 hours.
No, we doing VI. We doing the VI.
Oh, okay.
We doing the VI for sure.
I got it. Cool.
The VI, we go
Never
straight
wait for that
in,
line again.
It's
sit
worth
there
it.
for 2 hours.
If we would have
You
known
know.
that, we wouldn't have waited in.
Yeah, we get our eat on for them 2 hours, and then do whatever else we can do in the city, tear it up, and then head back to the D.
We gonna come fuck shit up and leave.
There it is. That's all we need right there.
Sound
You
like
know,
a plan to me.
just so you know. All right.
It's no applause for me.
So before we jump into it, man, we got to give a sponsor. We got to give a shout out to our first sponsor. First sponsor is the Beauty and the Beast within. So this is the most top-notch book that is coming out in 2021. If you haven't heard about it, I don't know where the heck you been. I'm trying to tell you, this book dropped on 5/15, and the author is none other than one of the top hosts of the top relationship reality podcast, period. Keisha K.D. Dino. So listen, y'all hold y'all applause to the end, okay? All right, so we're going to get through this. Listen. So this book is amazing. You definitely want to get your hands on this book. It comes out 5/15. If you're in the Michigan area, if you're close to the Michigan area, if you can make it to the Michigan area, you still have time right now to get get your tickets. Not very many left, but you still have time to get your tickets. Don't miss out on this event. This is a book release event. It's a black tie affair like, you know what I'm saying? Which means don't go out and buy no $5,000 ball gown, but come fly. Don't come in there with don't try to get in there with the Jimmy's on. Talking about these my Jordans or these my Yeezys. I paid $10,000. I don't care how much you paid for them. Mm-hmm. You know, ain't no jeans, no Jimmy's, no none of that. Come through, fly, ready. We got the food. We got the drinks, music, book signing, a couple other special things that we're trying to throw in here for y'all because we want y'all to really be amazed the way I am. So, just go to eventbrite.com/The Beauty and the Beast Within. Make sure if you're using any kind of hashtag, you use the hashtag TBBW. Hashtag TBBW, just so we know you've been talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that you should have told another friend, because that's how it goes down. The Beauty and the Beast Within. Make sure you get your copy now. All right. So, man, we got a lot to tackle today. All right, so we're gonna try to tackle a lot of this stuff. Let me slap on my other hat real quick. Look over here to Kiki and say this now. Kiki, what do you think if you feel a certain, or let's say, what do you think if somebody who I hang with, right, outside of our immediate here,
Right.
if they feel a certain kind of way about you, but they never met you, right, and they feel an ill way. So what do you think, for one, about me for allowing certain things, and for two, how could someone come up with these type of feelings without even knowing you?
That's been done to me before, so it's not that difficult to relate to. Well, people already prejudge you, you know what I'm saying? So people already feel like I'm stuck up, I'm this, I'm that. So they already don't like me from the beginning.
But they have to get that from somewhere, right?
No, just looking at me. People look at me and they say, oh, we thought you were stuck up. Oh, we thought you were just watching you from afar. We thought you were this. We thought you were that. Then they meet me. They be like, oh, no, you cool as shit. So they, you know what I'm saying? They already do that. But I feel like, yeah, you probably should say something. Like, I mean, being my best friend, I would expect you to, say something. But, I mean, I got a mouth myself, so I don't really give a fuck. I would address it myself. Like, I don't
Right. That's
anybody.
no questions asked. But the thing is,
for me, but as my best friend, I would think you would step up and say like, hey, da da da. This is my best friend, da da da. She this, she ain't that, and she ain't this. You might want to, talk to her and see, how she is.
because for me, if somebody was trying to go in, first, let me backtrack a little bit. I always feel like if you have a prejudged notion about how someone is that you've never met, most of the time it's probably could have came from me saying something to you about
I mean,
her.
it could be that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It could be.
So now they trying to prejudge off of what you said about it.
About the story that you've already told.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and you might only told half the story. You might only kind of vented just a piece of whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take what you gave me and judge the fact that, no, I don't like that
yeah.
person now.
I'm sure
That's how I
happens,
looked at things.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, that happens too. I'm just saying from my experience how it happened for me, but
And-
I'm sure that definitely happens.
So, and in my case, I would say if you did have a problem with somebody that was in my immediate circle that you wanted to prejudge without knowing them, the first thing you want to do is
Try Jesus, not me. Cause I throw hands.
I'm just saying, so be careful about that part because it's serious. I mean, people they prejudge a lot.
They do.
And it's crazy because usually the people who prejudge are the ones who could easily be prejudged. You know what I mean? So, Katie, what you think about this here situation?
That's so funny because that's actually just happened to me yesterday. So I got a text message from somebody that said, my dude said I can't come to your event because it's going to be ratchet. I said, what? And I'm like, well, where did he get that from? For one, I don't know the guy. I never met him. We've never had a conversation. It's not like we follow one another on social media, but I don't even post that much on social media. But what about me or my event made him come with the conclusion of ratchet?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she like, I don't know.
That's a big word to you. Ratchet,
Exactly. That's like, to me, I was like disrespected because I'm like, bitch, I ain't ratchet. I can be.
Right.
Like, I like to do hood rat shit with my friends, but
Right.
ratchet
They make
though?
it sound like just all your events be like ratchet.
Like some fighting or ghetto shit, right? So I'm like, where did he get that notion from? She like, well, I'm not sure, but he said I can't come.
She had to say something.
So then, like, probably like an hour or two passed, and I thought about it, and then I messaged her like, so you ain't say nothing? So when he said you can't come because it's ratchet, or it's gonna be ratchet or whatever. You
What
just
did
said
you say?
okay.
Right. What did you say?
Like you ain't say like she not ratchet or
So
nothing.
What she say? What did she say?
She said okay.
No. What did she tell you? Oh, she just said okay.
When
period.
he told her that, she was like,
"Oh wow."
she was like, well, I feel like
Wow.
you got to respect your man. You got to honor his wishes.
"What?"
I was like,
You
I'm
don't
so
even
confused.
know what he's talking about though.
I said, well,
But-
you know what?
So,
I think it's
I
best.
don't want to know where it came from.
I
Like,
said, I think it's best that you and I are no longer friends. I think that's best.
that's crazy.
I'm gonna,
Because how dare he have a notion of me being ratchet? Like, what?
so I'm gonna tell y'all what I think.
Was saying nothing though, like
And then you just said okay.
right. That's what I'm saying. You don't even
Yeah,
say
this,
anything.
this friendship's not going to work.
So let me
I
give you,
definitely expect you to say something.
let me give y'all the rundown on what this really means. All right. So without being in their household or in their environment to know for sure, I'm 95% sure that this is how this goes. Normally, I can talk to Kiki and I can say, yo, I want chicken and rice today. Kiki say, okay. And then tomorrow, I can talk to Kiki, yo, I need this to drink. I want this to. Kiki say, okay. But then KD come around. Why you talking to you like that, girl? Why? He can't get his own drink? Why he tripping on you like that? And then you come back to me and say, yo, you can get your own drink today.
Whoa.
So now I'm like, wait a minute.
You know,
This person is changing your
Changing
thought
your-
process
yeah.
on how you think this relationship is supposed to work. So what I think is that she has taken maybe some advice or something that Katie has maybe done back to her relationship and expressed, this is where I got this information from. So now without knowing you,
Yeah.
I don't want to know you.
Yeah, he already preached.
Because you messing up my relationship.
Yeah.
I can tell her to jump and she say how high. But now that you come around, I say jump and she say no, you jump.
No, KD said, yeah.
I'm tired today, I ain't jumping.
KD said.
KD said I ain't got to jump.
Duh, no way.
Or not KD said,
Or, yeah.
KD don't be jumping.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen
Yeah,
DT
you
make
ain't
KD
got
jump.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So now, if you comparing your relationship to somebody
yeah.
else's relationship, and I have no aspirations to making our relationship look like that, I don't like them.
But the crazy thing is, when they first started dating, I was like one of the only people that was telling her, like, don't let people, because of how they met in their situation, a lot of her, quote unquote, people she was surrounded with, her quote unquote friends, was like, is you stupid? Why would you date somebody in that situation? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, telling her stop talking to him. But I said, hell, if you love the nigga, stay with the nigga.
Right.
I mean-
don't let nobody take you from whatever your happy place is where you're supposed to stay.
Yep.
So I don't understand how, you know what I'm saying, how you just automatically think I'm ratchet. Especially like, nigga, you probably the king of ratchet.
But the thing is,
It sounds like she
It's-
for sure said some shit.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
more on the lines of kind of what I just said as far as I don't want her to be around a strong-minded individual.
Yeah.
Because
be it.
you know what I'm
be
saying, and I know this because I've been around this. Like I've seen how they operate and how this work.
Yeah.
I never been a fan of this,
Yeah.
but I've seen it happen. You know, from close individuals in my life,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh. So what you do is when you see somebody changing, you separate them from what's making them change.
I definitely
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that's part of this thing. He's separating
Yeah.
her from what's changing her
I've seen that.
and making her think a certain kind of way.
Oh, well, she
And when
black
it
now,
comes,
so-
Now
and when
I'm
it,
thinking about
but
it. I
Blocked.
definitely seen that.
and if you think about this, when you're talking to people, you have to really be genuine in your relationship to discuss the good from people, other people. You know what I'm saying? Even for yourself, you have to be really good and genuine in a relationship to discuss the good. You don't even have to know somebody to tell them how bad you're doing.
Right.
If I ask people, I'm like, hey, how your day going? Oh, straight. It's straight, man. It's
Always.
phenomenal.
Always.
Right, that's true.
but when something go wrong, how your day going? Man, my tire got flat and my bank account was on
Fucked
negative.
up day.
Like you,
Fucked up day.
you really express what messed your
You
day
go
up.
into detail.
You never go into
Yeah.
full details
Yeah.
on what
A
made your
happy
day so
day.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
true.
You just
and
have
that's
good.
and
You're
I'm
like,
so
I'm good.
yeah. And I'm so strong on like what does good mean. I remember I did a conference about that. Like, what is good? Like, what does that mean? Let's talk about it. Because I get sick when people say, I had a horrible day. You had a horrible moment and you let it dictate the rest of
whole
your
day.
whole day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you can have a horrible moment, you can have a horrible
You taught me that,
situation,
though.
Me
but
too.
not a horrible day.
Me too.
Like, you know, so
Yeah.
He used to always say that, like, you don't let one moment ruin
The whole day.
1 minute shouldn't ruin the whole 24 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, you right.
Yep.
You know,
So
so
you did
people
teach me that.
people lean toward negative so much. You know what I'm saying? Like it has such a strong connotation on us.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say us. I don't know if it's all race. I know it's our race for sure. And I even think it's the Caucasian race. But I don't know if every other race experience the way we experience, how you just want to stay on like what negativity is. So
Yeah. I know I ain't never said nothing bad about the dude or nothing, but I mean, she could be also telling stories. Like,
Did it hurt
Right.
your feelings?
it hurt my feelings because I felt like she should have said something. Like, she should have said, like,
Yeah.
she not ratchet or, you know what I'm saying? Something. I felt like she should have said something.
Yeah. I'd have
Anything.
been more hurt by that.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't care about his opinion of me.
Right.
Because I could have an opinion of him that ain't so great. You know what I'm saying? I just
Right.
don't care enough to have one.
Right.
But that's why I thought about it for a couple hours and I text her back like, wait a minute. So you ain't say nothing? Like, he just said the shit and you was just like, cool?
you might be right. And that might have been the message from God. God might have told him that you was wretched, so he wanted me to know. And I just
No,
had to
because
stab
that's a
back.
strong word.
Yeah,
to
ratchet
say,
though. Like
though.
that, I don't think I done been mean. I done been a bitch. I done been
Right.
some shit. But ratchet?
She wretched.
I can deal with the
don't play
stuff
with
up
me.
that people think I am, but
Right. Like, don't
ratchet,
play.
Like,
Like, what?
Like, hold on.
That
You
nigga
gotta
probably
really know
she
me
probably
when
be
I'm
going
ratchet,
out
yeah.
and shit, lying, saying she with me.
There you go.
And
You
I
remember
don't
we
be
had-
nowhere.
That's true.
We had a situation recently
true.
with one of our kids where they were lying on one of their friends, and we started disliking the friend for a split second, only to find out that that friend had nothing to do with nothing.
it.
Yeah.
Aw.
You were just using that name, like, you know, oh, wait a minute. So I can't like this person for real. I thought this was a bad influence, and you the bad
You the bad
influence.
influence.
I don't want you hanging around him now. You gonna mess him up. You know what I'm saying? So,
You
so,
stupid.
yeah.
Hilarious.
So look, y'all, I got this message the other day.
But yeah, I blocked her. That's what I was wondering.
So I got this message the other
talk
day,
to
and I
me
thought
no
it was, I thought it was good to share this with y'all because it was deep, and it's in the lines of a reality situation type of stuff. All right, so it said, my baby daddy came to pick our daughter up, and I looked down and I see his shoes. The shoes he got on got a hole in them. So I asked, why you walking around with them shoes on and they talking S like you do? And he said, I'm effed up right now. And I ain't got no money to buy no new shoes or nothing.
Wow.
So now he knows I just got my taxes and he's giving me the puppy dog eye. So me being the nice baby mama that I am, I take a stack of blue faces out my purse. I take the rubber bands off. His face lights up like the 4th of July. I handed him the 2 rubber bands, and I told him to put these rubber bands around your shoes so they don't fall apart. They're never going to start chasing me talking about...
I was about to say, she is crazy.
Did you say MF?
Yeah, that's what they put in here. They're going to start chasing me, and... What you say? Oh, just going to start chasing me talking about why you going to do me like this. What? Oh, y'all thought I was going to give him some cash, just broke A? Nah, not my problem.
No, that's right.
Wait,
I
so
was
she
like,
gave him the rubber bands to put for
On
the
shoe-
hose?
There you go. Wrap these around your shoes so they don't fall apart.
That's hilarious.
To see, because I
was like,
pictured the
hold
whole
on, she
thing.
took
I
that.
pictured
I
like
did too.
I
his
thought she was
face
about to
lighting
give
up.
him like a
Yeah.
couple $100.
She said, nah, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
But then when she said
I was like, oh yeah, they love this one. Let me take this one to the show. So
that's hilarious.
we
'cause that
appreciate
show
you.
was like,
I could see
what?
Kiki doing something
I
like
could
that.
see her doing that
I'm
too.
like, hold on.
She ain't gonna give him the good rubber band though. She talking about
I'm not. No. I don't know what you're going through, but you better get it together.
All right, so y'all know we got this big event coming
Keep
up.
them shoes outside. Like,
Right. Don't bring them in here. I don't know what them shoes is holding.
Don't bring the shoes in the house.
Holy shoes in my house? No, I can't.
They've been blessed
God
by
told us
God.
to be holy.
Yeah, but put your holy shoes outside and then you walk in the house. Now, if
you
you
don't
step
want
on
that.
the ground, you just gonna have to stay outside.
I mean, if it's a hole on that bitch anyway, you gonna be walking on the ground anyway. What's the difference? I always to leave your shoes on the porch for me.
All right. So let me ask y'all this question. We got to. You stay. You
Throw the whole baby daddy away.
you stay right there on that step. What Kevin Hart say? You a stepdad now. You stay right there on that step. Don't you come past that step. Ain't nobody coming past that step.
Doug, did you say you a stepdad now?
Yeah.
What?
So y'all know we got this big event coming up on 515. You know, hashtag TBBW. Make sure y'all holler at them. How would you feel if you came to this event and let's say Kiki friends showed up to this event uninvited
Oh.
and got put out of the event?
Oh.
What place does that put you in, Kiki? Are you gonna leave with the friend, even though you know they was uninvited?
Okay. Wait.
Or are you?
Okay,
gonna,
what you mean uninvited?
Well, they, like,
'Cause did they buy
specifically
a
told not to
ticket?
come?
Right, because I'm like, did they buy a ticket?
So
why
let's
you
say-
uninvited?
Let's say you got a friend. Let's call your friend Jessica. You don't know no Jessica, do you? That you're really friends with. Mephibosheth. We'll say Mephibosheth because there's only one Mephibosheth, and she in the Bible. So we're gonna say you got a friend named Mephibosheth,
All right.
and you know that she don't really care for Katie like this,
Okay.
but she just want to go because she want to see. Let me just see. Like she got it, and she show up uninvited. You didn't even know she was coming,
But she bought a ticket.
but she came. And she gets put out because they already had history. They know it's ill. You got to go. You're not doing right. Are you leaving with the friend? Or are you staying like, I told her not to come. I didn't know she was coming.
There.
Right.
I mean,
I told her.
yeah, no. But think about yourself. You gonna have to go.
This fool gonna say I
I
told her.
told her. She not see.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna call you later and tell you about yourself. But no, why would I miss my best friend event? Because you on some dumb shit. No. Hell
You, what about you, Katie?
No, I'm not leaving.
Why would I leave?
But why did you come
Why
though?
would she come? Right.
To see. I
Yeah,
wanna
now you
see.
about to see your ass outside because you ain't supposed to be
You're
here.
not supposed to be there.
Hey, have y'all ever called one of your friends to like complain about somebody only to realize, dang, that was you I'm talking about? Like,
You know what? That just happened.
like,
What?
That just happened.
What you do?
Not me.
Oh,
man.
My mom.
Like, oh man, that was you.
what'd she do?
Call somebody basically talking shit and realize she thought it was me she was talking to, but she was talking to somebody else about something. Yeah. I was like, wait, what? She like, I didn't even know it wasn't you until they said something. I was like, wait, what?
That was like, you know,
I said, well, how far into the conversation did you actually get? Far.
So she was in the conversation. Huh?
Far. I was like, well, I guess they know how you feel.
Right, now they know ain't no secret now.
No secret, no.
So that's crazy. All right.
that's funny.
But I mean, I hope they really don't take it serious because you know she going through something right now. So she like on like 25,000, which is everybody. So if you listening, person, don't take it serious.
Please don't
I could
take
just
it serious.
imagine.
She just on
I could just
35,000.
imagine what your mama said.
She's just on 35,000 right now. So don't take it
You
personal.
know, your mama be off the chain.
She
It's
going for
always.
everybody, okay?
So before we go any deeper, because I got some more situations I want to throw at y'all because we got a bunch of them. But we had this conversation yesterday, and it was very juicy and interesting and like everything. It was A, B, and C, all the above.
Oh, sure.
All right. So, Kiki, where did your last name come from?
What do you mean?
Like, where did who
My
gave
mom
you
or
your
dad?
last name?
Or what you mean?
Like your mom, your dad,
Yeah,
your
my dad.
okay.
So, yeah.
Where did he get his last name from?
My grandma.
Your who?
Oh, granddaddy, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. So
You
we
know
had,
what? I don't know though because my mom ain't never fucked with my daddy. So with my granddad.
So
So I don't really know, honestly. I don't really know.
So the debate that we were having yesterday was
Mine
that
came from my grandma.
in every entity, the last name leads from the man. So
Most times.
so even if you got your mom's last name, she has her last name from
Yeah.
the dad,
Yeah.
the man somewhere, right? So even back in the day, if you was married but the baby wasn't from the husband, the baby was gonna have the husband's last name back then. It's not like that now. Now
I
you
say it's just-
now you can get a baby anybody last name. It don't even have to be yours. But
Yeah.
in hindsight, the name leads with the man, right? So we going back and forth. This was probably like a 2-hour, 3-hour conversation.
That shit was
Really?
funny.
And it was with me and an older individual,
Right.
which is my mom, right? And she was just getting that. Where you get your name from? Your mom, right? I was like, no, my grandfather. My mama got her name from my grandfather.
Yeah.
I'm like, even if you get to choose, let's say like y'all not married and you get to choose,
Yeah.
do I want it to be my last
It's
name or the
still
baby
coming
daddy?
from-
It's still
Yeah,
right.
a man. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like, you can choose, but it's like,
At the end of the day, it's still coming from a man. Yeah.
because I'm like, even when it's kind of like voting, you know what I'm saying? Like when you vote, they say you can vote for whoever you want, but it's only a couple people on this ballot.
Right.
So, you really only got these choices, and
Yeah.
it's the same way with the last name. If we not married, you like, is baby gonna have your last name or my last name?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's still gonna come from a man. So like,
Right.
our older son has her maiden last name, which is her dad's last name
Right.
for a reason,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So she like, but he got her last name. I said, well, what was her last name? Where'd she get it
From where it
from?
come from, the father. Yeah.
And then she started getting mad because I
Yeah.
started hitting her with so many points. I'm like, what is your last name?
Right. And where did it come from?
And what was your last name before you got married?
Yeah.
She got mad. She
I'm like, well, what is?
That's true, though.
I'm like, you got a kid who got the last name of your husband at the time, but not the last name of his dad.
yeah.
So I'm like, it's not even your last name. And I said, whenever you start talking now, you speak as if your last name was what it was before you got married, until you remember, like, oh no, I'm not that. I'm actually this. You know what I mean? So I'm like, so even you know. And I was telling him like, there's power in the last name. And the reason that we even started having the conversation was
I was about to say, where
because
did it start?
we were talking about like my dad was really big. My grandfather, I'll go back to him. My grandfather was really big on utilizing the last name. So he would be like, no, you move like this because you are this. This is your last name. Even if your last, like my last name is not their last name. It's
Right.
after my grandfather on my
Right.
mom's side. So he was like, even though your last name is not this, you still have this blood and you walk like this. But on my mom's side, they never utilized their last name. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever spoke of what your last name was
Right.
and the power that could be behind it. But when you speak about royalty and when you speak about, you know, people that's higher up, you talk about them in their last name fashion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you talk about the Prince William, you Prince William. You know, you talk about the last name fashion. You don't be like, oh no, Hakeem cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Hakeem is powerful. No, you talk about whatever their last name is. So, you know, that's where it started at. And she was like, but you have this. I said, I have this because of what my dad's side instilled on me. Because my mom's side didn't instill that there's power in your last name. Move in that fashion. So
Right.
she was like, but you got your mom last name. I said, no, my mom got this last name from my granddaddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was mad because she said, because I said the reason why our oldest son has my maiden last name is because my dad doesn't have any any sons. He only has daughters. Somebody had to carry
The
the
last
name.
name.
You know what I mean? Because then my sister had a daughter, and then my niece got the last name. But
Right.
when you think about carrying on a
sons.
last name,
Yeah.
you don't think about a woman carrying on a
Right.
last name.
Yeah.
And that's because we get married, and when we get married, we take
change.
our husband's name. So for a man, that's the only way to get your name carried on. Because even if you have a daughter and you give her the last name, what happens when she gets married? Not a last name don't exist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she was like, women can't carry on a name. You're being irrational. And I was just like, I'm not saying that we can't carry on a last name. Of course we can. I did.
It's different, though.
But ultimately, I'm not that last name anymore.
Yeah.
My niece is not that last name anymore.
Yeah.
I got an 11-year-old niece that's still that last name, but what happens when she gets married? She's not going to be that last name anymore.
Yeah.
So had he not had the last name,
It would stop.
the last name would be dead.
Yeah.
Because my uncle don't have any children, and neither does my aunt. My dad was the only one who had kids, and then, like I said, he had all girls. So it's up to one of us to give our son the last name of our father. And she was like, "That doesn't make any sense. I gave my son my last name." Talking about my oldest brother. I'm like, right. So it's up to him
Right.
to carry the name on, because guess what? He's not going to, because he's not going to have kids. Now their last name is dead. Because there's no more
Yeah.
men
Right.
with that last name.
Yep.
They're all either deceased or they're women. You know what I'm saying? Which all of them are married. All my cousins are married. So the one person who has the last name with the ability to give it away gave it to a dog. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all he got is a dog. So that last name is dead.
Like I started telling her, I said when the slave owners started buying slaves, the first thing they did was they gave them their last name.
Yep. So you know who they belong to.
When you became no longer a slave, the first thing you did was you changed your last name.
Yep.
Because that's what identified you with where you come from and who you are.
Yeah.
You know, so she was like, no. But she couldn't really make a point at that point.
She was like, I raised you better than that. I was like, well, what I do wrong? It's like, what I say that made you feel like you raised me? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I raised you to have your own mind, to be a strong woman. I said, that don't have nothing to do where my last name came from. Right. My last name initially came from my father. My last name now come from my husband. He's not wrong.
And that's what I told her. I said,
she was. When I tell you pissed, I'm talking about I'm not cleaning the kitchen and went and slammed her bedroom door. Me and Deontay sitting at the table like,
I said,
she's like, don't talk to me. You hurt my feelings so bad.
I said, I
mean, it was true though.
I said, you talking because her last name originally was from a man. Mm-hmm. When we got married, it transferred to a man. Mm-hmm. You know, so I'm like, even if you are in like a lesbian relationship, your last name still came from a man somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, you don't even have to know who your dad is. Mm-hmm. But if you travel down the line, your name came from a man somewhere.
Yeah. Then she was like, let's go ask your dad. So then we went there and asked my dad. So my dad was saying the same thing Deontay was saying. Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm. Without even being in the conversation. Like, he was in the back. Like, not even.
She really felt bad.
She was like, oh.
So everybody against me?
That's exactly what she said.
That's how my mom would be, too. Like, okay, fuck all y'all.
That's exactly what that was her. She was like, so I guess I'm a dummy. I guess I'm stupid. Mm-hmm. We like, no, nobody used any of those words.
Right.
Because then he was like, remember, because he was like, he don't even know what his mother's maiden name was. He like, I don't know. He was like, but his parents got married when his mom was 14. So she only got this one last name. So he don't know what her last name was prior to that. And then by her being so old too, I guess like their birth certificates, I don't know how that worked when you damn near 100. You know what I'm saying? So she's 98. So I'm not sure, but
you can't erase the rock. You know, that's when they wrote your birth certificate on the rock.
You better chill on my grandma, bro. Because your grandma right behind my grandma.
You ain't lying.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. She just got so mad. And I was just like, mama, like, chill. She was mad as hell. She was like, you guys don't care about how I feel. Like, what did we talk about last names when you talk about?
And that's what I told her. I said, sometimes you got to take feelings out of it because it don't have nothing to do with this. Like, we talking logic right now.
Right.
So a lot of people do that. They put feelings in where logic is, and you like, oh,
that's what she tried to say. So my mom's present last name is her mom's maiden name.
Okay.
It just so happened to be that way. But her last name currently is from her ex-husband. She never changed her name back to her maiden name when she got divorced.
Okay.
But she was like, I got my last name from my mom. And I'm like, how? This not the name you was born with. The name you was born with came from your dad.
Right.
The name you have now came from your ex-husband. It just so happened to be your mom's maiden name. But she still got that from where? Her dad.
there it is.
So
she
was like, fuck you guys.
He did.
They get mad when they know it's.
I was like, then why you ain't name my last name your last name when you had me? Since that's your last name that came from your mama all of a sudden out of nowhere. Why my last name not that?
What she said?
She said, why would I give you another man's last name?
Oh my God.
Another man's last name. I'm like,
why would I give you another man's last name, not your dad's last name? I said, because it's your last name.
Right.
So if you're saying that it's yours, why I don't have that last name?
Right.
Why my little sister don't have that last name?
Right.
My brothers have it. Why we don't have it? Y'all not married, so why we don't have that last name? Why would I give you another man's last name?
Because it's your name.
So you say?
Because it's another man's last name, because you got it from a man. She's like, this the stupidest shit.
Yeah.
She was not understanding.
She was mad, but even when she said something to prove your point, she got even madder though.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
I told him, I said, chill, bro. She about to,
right.
She about to kill us.
I'm having fun with
anybody
it.
who know DTM know that once he know for a fact that his point is valid, he not gonna stop. He never gonna stop. No matter how mad you get, even if you be like, okay, it's over with, shut the fuck up. he gonna be like, well, I got another point to prove. So yeah, she was so. I was like, woo wee. She woke up. She was straight when she woke up this morning though.
Yeah.
She's like, good morning, guys.
I came downstairs, you the bathroom. She was like, hey. I was like, hey. I was about to bring it back up. So like the last name thing, right? Like,
She's like, fuck you, motherfucker.
oh,
Y'all know T don't play.
Man. All right. So let me ask y'all this question here: If people bond over pain, over trauma, over addiction, maybe,
Yeah, for sure.
and
Don't. First of all, don't sniffle.
right, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Booger
Smoking your
Right.
nose, like don't do that.
Booger
So
sugar.
if you bond over this, like we became BFFs over these situations, right? I'm doing a blow or heavy weed or whatever. I'm doing something, and you doing the same thing, and we bond over this.
For sure.
Once one of us heals from this situation, can the relationship still be what it was?
No. Especially if it's addiction.
Okay.
No.
I agree.
You have to get you're in a different place. Like, you can't be around a crackhead and you used to do crack because you're going to want it. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely have to surround yourself with different, more positive people.
Because part of
But
your
that's with
healing has to
anything
be
too, though.
Yeah.
Like,
So let
you
me.
with negative people and y'all all,
Bonded over negativity. I can't stand him.
Everybody,
I
right?
can't stand her.
And then
And
you like,
she-
okay, no, I'm doing better. You know, I'm on positive things, and they still like, yeah. You like, no, I don't really want to be around. You grew, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? And it's like you don't want to be in that same negative space anymore because you like, I'm a different person.
That's what I was gonna say. It's about growth. Like once you grow past, if we're not growing together, then once I grow past you, it's hard to still
Stay
keep
at
the
that
same
level.
vibe because
Yeah.
it's just like if you had a friend in high school and y'all was always fighting and y'all was always beating bitches up and everything like that, and then you become an adult and you become a mother and you become a wife and your whole view of things is different.
Yeah.
You can no longer be friends like you was with that person because I don't want to fight every time I go out. I'm almost 40 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't want to go to the corner store and beat up Shaquita. Like, we beat her up already. Why are we still beating up the same people we beat up in high school?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel I agree with Kiki. Like once you grow past that, if you're not trying to grow with me, then I'm gonna have to leave you where you at.
You gotta leave them.
I don't have no choice.
All right. So now, let's get a little more tangible because that's what we do. We get tangible information on this show here. You said that, and that's easy to do if we are just cool. But for those who don't know, Kiki came in this relationship with me.
Oh my God.
So she's technically my BFF that I shared with my wife, and now we're all BFF, right? But
So we're gonna have this fight forever. We've been having this fight for 20 years. We gotta keep having it
Listen,
for
now-
20 more years.
it's not a fight. 2 + 2 is gonna always be 4. That's the thing. But what I'm saying is,
Oh, my God.
let's say it was a relationship such as ours, right? Right. We've been through everything. We didn't watch baby's birth.
Yeah.
We didn't watch not sibling. We didn't watch significant others die. We didn't watch look, you was dead. You wasn't there. But what I'm saying is,
I came back to
you
y'all.
came
though.
back though. You came back. But what I'm saying is, we've been through almost anything you can think of.
Yeah.
How would you separate yourself from a relationship like ours if you grew and I'm still in my same trauma spot? Because a lot of people have that problem. They can't just walk. You can walk away from a mediocre relationship with no problem.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't even have to like do anything. You can just like stop going to just one. Like I tell my kids all the time, if you got beef with somebody, most of them people don't travel out of this area. So if you just stay from here, you're good. You don't have beef no more.
That's true.
I'm not going to run into you nowhere else
Ever.
because you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the mediocre relationship, they're not going nowhere. They're going to be there anyway.
Right.
So you can come up, and some people fail, come up, fail, and when they fail, them people still in that same spot waiting on you to come back. But in a relationship like this, where we got a more stronger bond,
Right.
how are you going to separate yourself? Because I'm still like, no, let's go. Listen, I got this pack right here. I just swelled it and ready for it. It's in the pot and ready to.
But that's different
Or I
for
got
us,
these
'cause we
pills. Or I got this.
I mean, we kind of all on the same level, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, so
that would be difficult to even imagine, like, y'all growing without me or me growing without y'all.
Because I think we make each other better. So
I was about to say
think
that, yeah.
that's a positive in our relationship. Like I feel like where I lack at, you're magnificent at, and where you lack at, you know what I'm saying? Like, we feed each other in our growth. But I get what you're saying. Like, it would be hard to just say, all right, fuck it, I'm done with you.
I don't think I would say fuck it though. I think we, first of all, we talk. So I think it definitely will be a conversation that need to be had. Like, what's going on? Like, okay, now we said we were going to do this. Y'all said y'all was going to do this, and y'all just been at home chilling. Like, what's going on?
But I feel like we have pulled each other out that gutter, though. Yeah. Like, I feel like some relationships should never be severed. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you lacking somewhere, it's up to us to pull you out of that gutter. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for all of us. Wherever we lacking at, it's up to the other two to be like, all right, listen. We ain't finna do this. We finna get out this gutter, and we finna figure some shit out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But because we didn't bond off addiction or nothing. We just bonded off of real love, like stuff. Real vibes. See, you know what I'm saying?
And I think, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate just a little bit, because I think that in situation, 9 times out of 10, if I'm in a situation or if I'm doing something that's not supposed to be done, sometimes I'll bring one of y'all with me without y'all even realizing that. It's like walking, right? When you're walking at a pace. But what happens is either you're going to slow down to my pace or I'm going to speed up to your pace. Right. Sometimes you slow down to the other person's pace, not even realizing it.
Oh, yeah.
So at this point now, we both in a rut. Only I realize it. You don't realize it.
Yeah.
And you like, man, I wish she... But at this point now, we both in a rut. So now Kiki will look at it like, wait a minute. Y'all both in the, doing the same thing or whatever. But, so how do you fix that? Because you don't, to me, I'm the one that self-assess on a daily basis. And I'm like probably the roughest I can be on myself.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't self-assess though. You know what I mean? They feel like how I am and how I'm gonna be. I was raised this way. It's what it is. I'm from the hood. I'm chilling with my day one.
Like we all want more. We all want. You know what I'm saying?
Like for me,
we're not stuck on one level. You know what I'm saying? We like no. We want this. We got goals. We want this.
I just had that argument with my mom the other night. Remember I told you? She said so. With the event coming up, my mom is a very unique person.
Unique, I like that word.
Very unique.
So,
I like that too.
I had a conversation with her like, check it. I don't want you to not be able to have fun. But I'm also not going to allow you to get so inebriated that you embarrass me in front of people. Because this is a business. This is a business party. You know what I'm saying? Like this is for my book. And the last thing I want is for people not to spread my book around because you done got belligerent with somebody because that's how you are. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I'm going to always be ghetto. I'm going to always be hood. And I was like...
For those who don't know, she's a Caucasian woman as well. So let's just throw that out there.
She is Caucasian, but she also from Dexter.
She's that good.
So, you know what I'm saying?
For those who not in Michigan
She's from
and don't
the
know
hood,
what Dexter is, wherever your hood spot is, or wherever your projects are.
Like if you're from New Orleans, she like from the Magnolias. Like if you're from Chicago, she would be from Cabrini Green. You know what I'm saying?
South
like
side.
she from the hood,
South
side. Yep, she from the hood, and I get it. But I said, Ma, you can't be ghetto all the time. And she was like, why I can't? And I was like, man, you can never have tea and crumpets. Like just throwing something out there. You know.
I can't tell her she can't have tea and crumpets.
You know what she said? She said, I don't know what the fuck a crumpet is, but I can have beer and biscuits.
I love her.
I was like, Mama.
I love her.
Let me tell you, she said she wearing her tie-dye dress with some tie-dye shoes because that's dress up to her.
But that's what I like about her, though. She be so real.
She is. And I told her that. I said, I want you to stay true to yourself, but I also want you to know how to mingle with CEOs. I want you to know how to... be around business owners. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to know how to get your feet wet with the wealthy. And she was like, I don't give a fuck about nobody in that bitch. And if somebody got a problem with me getting drunk, they could go to fuck the hell. And I was just... So I called my brother, right? I got a brother that's so bougie. Like, I got a brother that's so bougie, he made Kiki look ghetto. Like, that's how bougie he is. I'm just saying, like, Chris is like, I got dirt on my shoes. I'm throwing them away. Go buy me another pair kind of bougie. So I FaceTimed him. And I'm like, man, talk to your mama. By the time she got the phone, she was like, fuck your event. I'm not fucking going to your event.
Oh, she didn't even want to go.
Because Chris was like, Ma, it's going to be people there. Like, you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to be.
Tone it down
Present
just a little
yourself
bit.
in a-
You gotta represent me. You my
Yeah.
mother. You
Yeah.
have to represent me.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't gotta represent shit. She was like, I gave you life, I raised you, and I'm done. I'm not going to your shit. Fuck your event. I was like,
I love her.
you gotta go because your friend going. And she was like, no, bitch, we're going to the casino. Fuck your event. She's still gonna be there, but
Definitely gonna be there.
she's
She
still
would
gonna
not
be
miss
there.
it.
But I just want to let her know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't always know how to act. So I need you to act like you at our wedding. Remember how good you
Yeah,
was?
she did
Like,
too.
I need you to do that. She's like, but it's not a wedding, it's a party. I'm like, it's an event.
Act like it's a wedding.
Yeah.
Right.
With your tie. I'm gonna let her
you
wear
know-
a tie-dye dress though. I'm gonna find her one.
But that's why you gotta set certain boundaries too. Like when you do events like this, you gotta do like dress up. Because even people from the hood don't act a fool when you dressed up. In most cases.
That's true.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
so like
true.
Because
if you-
your outfit make you feel
Yeah.
like you
different.
You know what I'm saying?
You in a different environment.
If
You
you-
just feel
First of
wanna
all,
be bougie.
upscale. Yeah, you feel
Yeah.
upscale at that
Like,
point.
You want to be,
Like
especially with your heels on. You know?
Yeah.
yeah, you would let shit
Yeah.
roll off your back that you normally wouldn't.
That's true.
and that's what a lot of people need to understand that
I
part
have to
too
do
though.
the KD events often because I don't like none of her people, but I be
Oh, you like two people?
some people I don't like. But, you know, for your events, I be well behaved.
You do.
Yeah, she got to be. She
do.
Kiki be straight dressed up highly.
Cause
You
she
know,
was finna set our vow renewal off.
Yeah,
Her and our little sister. Shout out to Tiffany.
man. What?
Today? Today?
Man,
That was the
what?
funniest part. I knew.
All right, so let me ask y'all, what does it mean
Good.
when you're dating a guy and y'all been talking for years, and he always talks about his wife, but in a third person if you're not going to be his wife?
Huh?
What?
So like y'all been talking for years. He's always talk about like my wife. Like when I find my wife, I want it's always in third person, not like that's for you, but it's in a sense
It
of
would make me feel like you don't want to
like
marry
I
me.
want to get married.
I feel like we
I
finna
don't
break
see
up.
you as
Yeah,
a because that was my advice.
First of
My-
all, we too old to be
Yeah.
dating just to be dating.
That's what I'm saying.
When
my
I
thing-
find
so-
my wife, okay, well nigga,
That's
go
for
find
like,
her. Cause that let me know you still looking.
That's for like early teenagers or early 20s. Like when you know what I'm saying? You dating, but not like serious.
Yeah.
When I get, you just saying what you want. When I get married, I want. No, but when you in your 30s, look. What you mean when you? What you mean when you?
Yeah.
What you mean
when
when you
I,
find your
when I
wife?
find my wife, I want to make sure she.
What you mean
know,
when?
I want my wife to cook and clean and this that and that. I want my wife to wear. Oh,
I be
this.
like, hold on, pause.
I can't wait till my wife wears something like this at our wedding. Like this is
That's
gonna be so
weird.
beautiful. Like, and you sitting there like, are you talking about me? Or are you talking
That's
about?
what I'm saying.
No, because he would say, I can't wait till you wear this, or I can't wait till you do this.
Right.
Now I did ask the question because I want to be correct. I want to be clear on this. I'm
Right.
like, do he speak in third person often?
All the time.
Like not necessarily just about the whole
Yeah.
wife
No,
thing.
like how my
but-
brother do.
Or remember how I went through that phase when I was watching Jerry Springer. I mean Jerry Seinfeld.
I'm like, Springer.
Not Springer, sorry, Jerry Springer.
Oh yeah, because he used to be like,
Seinfeld, I'm
because
listen,
Tay said such and
Yeah,
such.
Tay know
We
that.
used to be like,
You? Right.
yeah, no, Tay ain't know that right there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. But my brother still do that. He like, because B said such and such. I'm like,
And
You?
that's the thing.
Your
So,
own self?
if he speak in third person on a regular, and you only pick this part out,
That's true.
then you got
I
the
didn't
problem.
think about that.
But if
He probably don't
if he
speak
don't,
like that on a regular,
then
though.
now we got to go a little
That's the
deeper.
whole conversation right there. Because
Yeah.
I would be like, who are you talking to? Like, are you talking
Do
about
you-
me or you want to marry somebody else?
Do you
Or are
envision
looking?
someone else as
are
your
you
wife?
still looking though?
Are you
That would
still
be my
looking?
question. Especially if we've been dating for
I was
years.
just about to say, I wonder how long though. 'cause-
It's
They said for
years.
years.
oh, for years.
With
They said
S.
for years. With S. So I asked the question.
Oh, that
Because-
just made me upset.
Let me tell y'all, my
BFF like, hold on, that pissed me off.
my
all
DM's
the
been
way,
on
though, like-
my DM's been on Blaze, right, with these kind of questions. And I go back, and sometimes I come to KD like, yo, what you think?
First of
about-
all, your cup is so loud in that
Is it?
mic.
Yeah.
You such DTM drinking, y'all.
So wait a minute. I know Miss Wine Pour over
Oh,
here ain't
yeah.
saying nothing about nobody.
Pour her glass shit.
I had took advantage because you always point out. First of all, they know I
that-
drink. They
that's
ain't
just
shocked.
Shaking it though, like
Well, that's
They be
'cause we
shocked
got-
when they don't hear
Well,
wine
'cause you got
pour.
ice. You got ice in there, so you got to make sure it get cold.
He's so funny.
I'm still learning how to drink, y'all. I'm still learning. So listen,
I'm not joking.
but
So stupid, dog.
But no, I said, I get my DM's definitely been on bang with these kind of questions. And most of them I try to bring to KD like, yo, what you think?
That's a good
Should
one.
I bring it to the? But
That is like, whoa.
I'm like, but the problem with this whole thing that I said was that there must be a lack of communication there because I
Exactly.
feel like you should be able to say,
I would've
"Do you
said
see me as
something.
your wife?"
I for
You
sure
know,
would have said
women
something.
are communicators. So I'm shocked. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, do you
we
see
wanna
me as
know
your-
what's going on? Like, I
But-
don't like the confusion. Okay, I don't.
But how many women do you know that they do communicate? I agree with that.
That's true.
But how many do you know that communicate with their friends before they communicate
Lord.
with the
You know what?
husband or
I think
boyfriend?
sometimes it's hard to have communications about the hard stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, because
But that's a big one. I'm
that's
definitely gonna ask
huge.
that one.
But I
'Cause
feel
every
like
woman
when
wanna
you be
get married,
when you be
so I'm
scared of
like,
the
look.
answer though. What about when you scared of the answer?
Yeah, but it's better to know than to be here
Yeah.
for fucking 7 years and you like, bitch, do what? It ain't me.
Ain't nothing like being
Like,
with
what
a
do you
man.
mean?
What ain't nothing like being with a man or a woman for 10 years and then they up and marry the next person in 6 months.
Quick.
Look at P. Diddy and Cassie.
Yeah.
They was together for 12 years.
Yeah.
She married and had a baby within a year
Yeah.
with another person.
But she was ready.
She was ready. He wasn't. He's still in love with the dead mama,
Yeah.
the Kim
Yep.
Porter.
Kim Porter. Yep.
Now you laughing? I'm for real.
Serious.
He in love with that woman,
Mm-hmm.
and now that she dead, he like, oh,
He
let
never
me.
got married though, did he?
He never got
Oh,
married.
he probably just don't want to get married. Period.
Well,
So
he
that's why he had to
said
move on.
he
Shit.
said he was battling for the longest time because he wanted to be with Kim Porter, but she was doing things that he didn't agree with. So that's
that's
why
why-
they couldn't be together.
But that's why she left him alone. I thought.
Exactly.
So now that she doing stuff, now you like,
But now he be trying to. Well, he don't do it no more.
Right.
But in the beginning, when her and her dude first got together, he was like doing like public, like pictures of her, like hold on to the one you love because you'll
Oh, he
lose them. And
wasn't.
yes, he was.
oh my goodness.
And she was like, too little, too
It's
late.
too late.
Too little, too late,
but
bro.
they always figure it out after they gone.
Yeah, I've been with you my whole life,
Too late.
and you wasn't with me. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
take for granted what you
exactly.
bought. Like, it's too late now.
Exactly.
You took me for granted and now I'm gone.
like I was a mother to your children, but
Yeah.
you wouldn't give me my own baby,
Yeah.
which is important. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So when she left, now she living her best life.
Yeah. And she
Christina Milian was the same
happy
way
as hell.
when she was with Wayne.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
wasn't on when she was on. Now that she left him alone, now she got
Mm-hmm.
I think 2 babies and pregnant with her third. Well,
Oh,
she
is
got
she?
she got one baby by the dream already.
Yeah.
But yeah, with her
Okay.
husband,
Well, that's sweet.
now she just exuding happiness because
Yeah.
she let that go.
She was miserable with him too.
You know what I'm saying? But these are men who never intended on making these women their wives.
So, just popping babies with him.
Is it? But what Cassie they didn't have babies,
I know.
and
I'm
I
talking about Lil Wayne who got like
Yeah,
7
yeah.
kids now.
Yep.
Like,
don't
Quick,
think
too.
he
He
didn't
got
have
so-
he didn't have no baby
mamas.
with Christina Milian, did he?
No.
No, she just got the one baby by the dream.
okay.
But I'm just saying, like, these men never intended on making these women their wives, even though these women wanted to be a wife. So if this gentleman don't have any intentions on making you the wife, his wife, you gotta let him go so you can find your
You
husband.
definitely gotta have that hard conversation.
Yeah,
though.
you have to.
You
You
have
have
that
to.
conversation because I hate for you to be wasting your years on the nigga.
Yo,
who's
good
not ready
years. What they
for
say?
it.
I wasted my good.
Yeah.
I
Our
just feel
years
like
go fast.
don't be like my mama.
Our years
She
go
been my
fast.
daddy 45 years and never been his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that.
definitely don't want that. You definitely
And
don't
but you
want
know what? And it's crazy
that.
because
It worked out for them though, but I mean it don't work out for everybody.
Barely.
So
and I'm
Don't
big
even like each
on.
other.
but that's how I get when they get older though.
Yeah.
Because my parents the same way. So
So I'm
Hate
big
each
on the
other, but
fact
love each
that
other.
I'm big on the fact that people like to call themselves the husband and wife. I'm like, no, y'all not.
Before.
Yeah, you didn't do it. You didn't.
Yeah.
So no, that's
No,
your-
he
that's
get
your
mad
boyfriend.
because he
She
like,
didn't
no,
do
we
it.
put work
We
in
put
on
Yeah,
work
we
in
put
for
work
this.
in.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
I agree.
I love Q dogs, right? I love it. I want to be an honorary Q dog someday.
So bad.
So somebody holler at me if you can make this happen.
So bad.
Holler at your boy. But I can't go around claiming to be a Q dog because I didn't put
Yeah.
the work in to be a Q dog.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I could just
agree.
show my love for him and do
I
my
agree
thing,
with
but
that.
I can't say I'm a Q dog. I can't put on the Tommy dog and be like, you know what I'm saying? I can't do
true.
that.
I
But
agree with that.
and because if you do, it's like even the gang members, if you claim to be a gang and you force doing it, they supposed to come out at you.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah,
so
for sure.
same thing.
See, I remember back in the day, because y'all know I grew up in Southwest. You couldn't even have on the
Colors.
The colors.
Yeah.
It's still like that in the
It's still
shop.
like that.
I remember.
Not so much here, but in
Yeah.
Chicago and
I
LA.
remember- I remember my
Yeah.
Where
brother.
gangs are big at, yeah.
He had saved up his money and bought a red and black moped. This was I ain't gonna tell y'all. It's a long, at least 20 plus years ago. And he saved up his money. My dad took him to buy. He had a red and black moped. He bought a red and black little motorcycle jacket. He had a red and black helmet. Now, if you're from where I'm from, you know red and black, that's Latin counts. So he was the neighborhood we lived in was the gang was called Cash Flow, which was blue and black. So he pulled up in front of the house, just red and black down, like
Feeling good.
man, feeling like $1 million. When I tell y'all this SUV pulled up in front of our house, about 6 niggas jumped out the car like, "What set you claiming?" My brother was so lame. He was like,
What?
He was like, "What? I
do you
live
mean?
here. What are you talking about? I live here." Then they just stood there and looked at him like,
What set are you in, brother?
You about to get whole beat up.
that was like, they just had got back in the car and pulled back off. It's just
This ain't even worth
like,
it.
he ain't on
It
that.
ain't even worth
They was
it.
like, "What set you clean?" He was like, "What? I live here. What are you talking about?"
What set
And
are
they
you
just
in?
Jump back in the car. But my mom was so scared. She
You
was
about to
like,
get whole beat
she was
up.
like, can you go paint it? He was like, "I'm not painting shit." He's like, "I fucking work my ass off for this." He was about 17. I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "No, this is my shit. It's my shit. Set you claim it's my goddamn house."
They would have beat you up.
That's gonna whoop his
Definitely
ass.
changed that.
They was like, "Oh, he a square."
They hear about that.
All right. So I just sent you.
Did you just hit yourself in the eye?
No, I hit my thing.
Oh.
I was scratching my eye, hitting my headset. So, Katie, I just sent you one. I want you to read this to the people's. It's another situation that they want. They just need a little help. You know.
Put
It's
your glasses on if you need to. Don't be.
right. Yeah, you definitely got to put your glasses on for that one there. So, like I said, y'all got situations, man. Feel free to slide in the DM with the situation. Email me, text me. Well, not text me. If you know me, text me. But you don't
I'm
know
sorry,
me, don't
what?
text me. If you know me, text me. But if
Oh.
you don't know me, don't text me because I get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. You know, I've been doing good in these worlds. So,
Dog, I hate you. All
I want
right.
to stay that way. All right, go ahead, baby.
Not looking for judgment or negative comments.
Okay.
That's how I start.
I said okay.
But
You
just,
had
but
some
just,
KD to read it. Good
All
luck.
right.
Oh, go ahead, KD. Sorry.
just want an outside opinion. If a FWB, what's it?
Oh.
FWB is friends with benefit.
Oh. In a friends with benefit situation, we spend almost every weekend together. Sometimes we stay in. More often, we go out. We text every day. We have very open communication. He tells me he isn't seeing anyone else. I'm enough for him that I drain him.
Damn. That ain't good.
All right. Had a
Draining
conversation.
balls.
Right. Them nuts. Had a conversation about either of us getting serious with someone else. He said if it happened, he would let me know, but that he doubt he will find someone with X, Y, and Z like I have. His phrasing. We've had conversations about marriage, expectations, etc. Says he wants this or that in a wife. Weirdly, uses things I do normally as an example. He says stuff like, He says stuff that seems more like there is. Wait, what?
See, that's this.
He says stuff that seems
Just-
there is more to it than friends with benefits, and his actions say it's more than friends with benefits. But every now and again, he slides in a reminder that he isn't looking for a relationship.
Oh, no.
Cool. Nothing to worry about. I met his brother, his closest sibling, his barber.
Oh, that's deep. You meet the
It's
barber.
like
That's deep.
relationship. Like,
His barber and his best friend in passing, but he introduced me with no label. He is enlisting in the military, so we've been talking about the details. We are at dinner. Conversation comes up about marrying someone before enlisting because of the benefits. I'm over here like, well, okay then, LOL, good luck finding someone like that. Said his friends asked him
Must be nice.
if he had someone who was a good friend that he could trust, and he said me. Talking to the waiter, find out he is a retired military, brings up the married before enlisting topic, and get the waiter's opinion. Then he tells me we are going to sign a contract,
what?
and proceeds to tell me we are getting married, we can elope, but do it up big in Jamaica or the Cayman Islands.
What?
I told him you can't be serious. He said, yes, I am. He was serious and told me he could help me financially, help with the school, even went as far to ask me if I liked my health insurance to convince me it was a good idea. I asked several times if he was serious. He always said yes. Waited until I got home that night and texted him to see if he was really serious about me marrying him, and he said yeah. Just keep it in mind. Apparently people do this more often than I realized, but did he just ask because of the potential benefits of enlisting, or is he asking under these circumstances in case my response isn't what he wants to hear and doesn't get hurt from rejection?
That's deep.
So, fun fact about KD, I was in the military. He definitely marrying her for the benefits.
Right.
You get like $500
sounds
extra
like
dollars.
it sounds
which,
like a business marriage.
Yeah,
Like,
which $500 don't seem like a lot to us.
And it might be more now. You think it went up?
It probably did, but it probably did. It probably did. But the thing is, $500 on a military base is like $10,000 to us, because what you got to realize is there's no taxes. So like a pair of shoes that you pay $200 for on the military base, they're probably $40. The same exact shoe. There's no taxes. There's no like extra fees. It's none of that. Like you have to, when you sell stuff on the military base, you have to sell it for basically the cost of making it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like to go to the movies is like 25 cents. And it's been a while since I've been off the service, but that's how I was when I was in there.
Right.
Even if stuff has gone up, they pay probably went up to match it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no rent. You live on a military base, so it's no rent. When you go to the bars, you basically pay like $5 for a million damn drinks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's so $500 increase is a lot of money.
Right.
You know, so I mean, I feel like
but she in love with him though.
And that's the problem.
He is not though. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
He only want to get married for business purposes. Yeah. And she wants to get married because she loves him.
Yeah.
Remember, we was having a conversation with an individual.
Big. And it's not easy being a military wife.
Yeah.
Because they stay gone a lot. You know what I'm saying? So she also got to take that into consideration, that you're going to have a husband that you're not going to see.
I was like, don't do it.
Remember, we was having a conversation with a guy when we used to record that, and he was like, you know, marriage is a benefit. Like it's a contract.
Yeah, he said that.
Like, he was really. I mean, there's a lot of people that feel that way.
Yeah.
He said, he said he'd never get married. He said he'd give his wife
whatever
or his the woman he with. He's like, she want a reception, I can pay for that. But why do I need a contract? Why do I need the government in my business? Like, he very conspiracy theory too. So, but yeah, he said that it is a business agreement.
Some people feel like that.
He said, what he say? It's a company merger.
Right.
It's your company and her company merging to be one company.
I mean, that's what it is, though.
All right.
It is.
That's what it is.
So, let me ask y'all this question.
Wait, what y'all think
No,
about
we got to
this?
finish this one first.
Oh, go ahead.
What you say?
Go ahead. Because I was about to say I'm on it. I jumped on it. I agree. It is. I think it's finances involved. It's a business venture.
Just keep talking.
For him. So since it's a business venture for him, so yeah, you gotta be careful with that because her feelings are very deeply involved, and he is not on that level.
So this the scary part.
Some people think that he'll get there.
No,
he
He'll
won't.
grow into it.
But this is the scary part. This is the scary part.
Like,
He gonna convince her to have babies because that's
money.
even more money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like he focused on the bottom line.
Right.
money, not you though.
Yeah, and then too, you got. I mean, the benefits, the military benefits are great as long as you're in the military.
Right.
When you get out, not so much.
Right.
And I heard they was working on it. They were trying to make things.
I mean, of course
good.
they working on it, but we both been in the pharmacy. You know, when they come with that damn green damn card, it take forever to get anything paid for.
Right.
Other than birth control get paid for like that. But
Well,
anything
like
else,
$2.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But anything else, it's a headache.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, that's true.
So I can just imagine going to the doctors is probably just as, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go to the VA doctor. You got to do this. You got to do that.
Maybe need like mental.
And that's another thing. I was going to say that's
Mental
another thing
health
she got to
is
think
like-
about it. What if he get deployed? So if he get deployed and he go to war,
Yeah.
you got to deal with a whole nother man when he
Whole
get back.
nother man.
So while y'all just thinking about finances, you got to think of the big picture.
Everything goes.
Yeah,
Especially when you start bringing babies in.
Yeah, especially when the love is not there.
that's the
I
big
can't
part.
imagine getting married not loving somebody. Honestly, like I can't get married for business purposes.
Yeah.
Because it's like you get money.
So what y'all think about
I
like
couldn't do it.
arranged marriage? You know, like the culture that do arranged
don't
marriage
like
and how
it.
y'all think that work.
I don't like it.
I
mean, it works.
Because I was about to say, I can honestly say that the divorce rate for the arranged marriages in those cultures is very low.
Yeah,
But
but
because they're not supposed to get divorced.
But what's the
So-
fair rate though?
But-
What's the unhappiness rate?
I'm about to say, I mean, how happy are they?
Right.
The women just listen to whatever the man
Mm-hmm.
says. They're not happy. Like, they just go along with
They
it.
don't even know themselves enough to be happy.
Yeah.
So you just focusing
So-
on the divorce, but what about everything
That's because
else?
they
So
can't
do you
get
think that-
divorced, though.
Our
Like,
parents and grandparents didn't get divorced, but they was miserable than the motherfucker.
our divorce rate
To
is big
us-
because we can get.
Remember, I kept saying that. I was like,
I ain't never seen
They
your grandma
can't.
as happy as it was when we buried your granddaddy. She damn near wanted to
true.
jit down the aisle.
That's true.
like,
And I'm not saying she didn't love him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying she was happy to have
She
that
wasn't
weight
happy.
lifted.
Yeah, she
right.
wasn't happy.
But I mean, but even like I said, like a lot of times we look at situations
Mm-hmm.
and we be like, oh, I couldn't do that. But the people in the situation, for one, they don't know anything different, so they feel like this is how it's supposed to be.
So I don't
Yeah.
know that.
Some
They know
do,
different
but I
because
don't
they
think-
see
do.
different.
I've seen it. I got
Yeah.
a friend who, I mean, was almost arranged to be married. Like, I mean, it's unhappy because you don't know the person.
Yep.
Like,
And
this
so-
is not who you chose.
It's like on
And so let me tell
Married
y'all.
at First Sight type
Chose.
shit. You know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
like before social media,
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot easier to be happy in an arranged marriage or a situation like that.
I don't think so.
And the reason why I say it is because you didn't see, all you saw was what was in front of you. Like social media show you so
Yeah.
much more. It show you
I mean,
you can
I
be
feel
happy,
that.
you can go
Yeah.
travel
Yeah,
here, you can do
I feel
this.
that.
That's
This
true.
relationship is doing that. So
That's
now you
different
see
for
so much,
arranged
and you be like,
marriage,
man, I
though.
want
Yeah, because
that.
before social media, I see what you're saying. Like you only knew what was going on.
Yeah,
in
you
your-
only knew the
in your
immediate area.
tribe, I guess you could call it. But I get
Social
what you're
media
saying.
show you no, there's no limit. You could
Different
actually have
sides.
this and that.
Yeah.
You can do this and
Yeah, that's
you know,
true.
if you've been feeling so like back in the day, you know, before social media, if you had a feeling of being poly, you just kept it in because you don't even know.
Yeah.
Now social media, you feel poly.
That's true.
There's a group you can get in. There's all over social media. You can see other people living it. It's on TV. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So you be like, oh, this is not just me. This is normal. This is cool. I'm good with it. So I feel like social media kind of gave people that up in every situation, though. You know what I mean? Because I feel like even like with a business, you might have had a business in you for years before social media and just didn't do it because you were scared that you would fail. But social media would show you, no, it's 50 other people that did what you're talking about.
Right.
So
Yeah.
look what they did. Look how they failed in their area, and then just change it and make it better that way. So I feel like social media can be a gift and a curse in a lot of different areas.
Oh, well, I definitely see that.
Yeah, for sure.
So when it comes to starting a relationship, right, and y'all start a relationship, y'all been together for a while, and now you get to the point where y'all start having sex. Do you think that if the sex is good and you have sex very often, do you think your judgment for everything else in this relationship would be cloudy?
Would be what?
Cloudy?
I don't think so.
Katie?
I mean, I do think good sex clouds your judgment.
It clouds, but I don't think it's gonna be completely clouding everything. Like,
I mean, it's not gonna make you dumb. I don't think. I mean, people do get digmatized.
I was about to say, I just seen some dummies.
it's cloudy though. I mean, it get
On
cloudy
both ends,
because-
from the man and the woman. I just
Yeah.
seen some, man, it was so good. Listen, she gonna change. She ain't gonna do me like this no more. Or he ain't really mean to put his hands on
Well,
me.
that's what
but-
I'm saying. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's that cloudy for me. Like, I don't. It's good, but I don't know if it like.
I think everybody different for sure, but I do think you tolerate more.
More, for sure.
When the sex is good, I think you tolerate more
Yes,
than when
for
the
sure.
sex is not good.
Yeah.
Call them
Because I think like if the sex ain't good, you be quick to cut a nigga off.
GDP,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
No
bitch, bye,
hesitation.
bitch, bye.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Blocked, deleted,
sure.
whatever.
For sure.
But I feel like when the sex is good, it's like you crave that feeling, so you put up.
You try to make it.
You
work
be checking
even more.
yourself though, like
Yeah.
bitch, you know you ain't supposed to be
Stupid.
putting up with this
No,
shit.
this shit's stupid.
You know, goddamn
this shit
well
stupid.
that you ain't supposed to be doing this shit. But we gonna call this nigga and have him come drop some dick off.
Yeah.
We even tell ourselves like, I'm just gonna keep fucking him. I'm just gonna keep fucking him until I find somebody else to fuck. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But as long as we keep fucking him, we ain't gonna fuck nobody.
Exactly.
else. So now you in this vicious cycle of, first of all, I'm gonna get me a new nigga. He gonna have some bomb dick, and that's gonna be
I
that.
know, but what if it ain't about it? You like, no, I'm going back.
Right. Right.
Bitch, I'm going back.
You're like, I'm sorry. I you know what? I'm sorry. I got mad at you and left. Can you come?
That'd be
back
the
time?
thing. That'd be the thing.
And
Like,
the nigga
once
don't
you
be
get
none the
good, you be
wiser.
like, damn. All this time I've been fucking with all these niggas. And
Because you know what happens?
one, I'm stuck. Like,
think
I'm
what-
stuck.
That's the thing. It's like once
Yeah,
you
he treats you the worst. Like,
once you find a nigga
It's-
that know your body, like that can make you come just from a touch. You like, oh no, I'm gonna put up with everything.
So
from
here's the
this nigga.
thing, I think too. This is one thing I think people need to look at, where you get really dangerous. If you with somebody, like let's say Katie was like super lame in bed. I don't suck dick. I don't like doing it. I'm not bending over. No, you're not hitting it from the back. Don't touch my Buddha hole. Don't do this. Don't do this. All right. So
my what?
my Buddha hole.
My butter hole.
So let's say she like that, and I deal with it for years, and then somebody come across and she like, nah, I suck dick. I suck your dick from the back. No, you can hit it from the back and put your finger in the booty hole while you doing it. Like you be like, wait a minute. So even if they not good, because they did everything that the other person didn't do,
But that
you
make them good though.
No, I'm saying you
No, it's
think
not
they
that
good.
good.
That don't
They
make
just
them
doing
good.
it.
That make them better than what the person you with.
Oh,
was
okay,
with.
okay. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
It's a couple different factors that make you good. You know, they might not even be able to last that long, but because they did everything that the other one didn't do, you like, oh, this is it. This is King Dingaling right here.
That's
This
true.
is it.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
I got a message from one of the realists, and it says, "So, my boyfriend and I had sex once a month.
What?
Have sex once a month.
That's 12 times a year, sis.
It's not like I
had
don't.
that in a
It's not like I don't like sex. It's not like I don't like sex, but I don't want our relationship to be centered around sex.
Oh, that's stupid.
Every time we meet, we shouldn't have to have sex.
What?
I love him very much,
That's dumb.
so I need to set
That's
standards for him to see
No.
the value in me. But deep down, I crave sex every day.
Well, get it. Why was you waiting?
Recently, I've been seeing this guy.
Oh,
I don't love him.
but you fucking.
I
every day?
don't see my future with him.
Oh my gosh.
So I feel comfortable having sex with him every day
Out of here.
because I don't mind if he sees me as a whore. I'm just using him to satisfy my urges anyway. What do you guys
But
think
then you
about
get
this?
caught, your nigga ain't gonna want you. Like, that's dumb. Do it with the person you want to be with. Why would you do it with just a random?
First of all, why? So you fucking two guys because you don't want your relationship to be centered around sex. So you'd rather be a hoe than have your relationship centered around sex.
But that's what she said. She said she don't mind if the dude see her as a whore because.
But how does she
don't
see
have
herself,
feeling.
though?
That was one of my replies. I kicked it where I'm like, yo, you got to treat yourself like royalty for
My
one.
thing is, you the prize, sis. So you diminishing your value by just,
Sleeping with dog every
you
day.
know what I'm saying?
And-
But I've heard people say that before. Like they more comfortable doing stuff with people that they not committed to. That's weird to me.
And you know what? I asked a question. So I was in this group where we were kind of discussing this situation right here. And I asked the question, like, are there people who are married or in a relationship that feels like I like to do X, Y, and Z, but I don't want to do it with my significant other because it makes them look like, a whore or nasty or whatever.
We knew somebody like that.
We
though.
did. So like, you like your dick sucked, but you like to come in the mouth or you like to do facials, but you don't want to do it to your wife because you feel like that make your wife look,
That's
downgrade,
ridiculous.
whatever.
That's what
That's
you should be doing
stupid
it with.
to me.
Like, what?
I feel like,
And that's what he said. He like because I feel like it's disrespectful to come on somebody's face, but I want to come on somebody's face, so I just keep cheating. So you think cheating not disrespectful?
That's crazy.
Like who raised you?
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like you potentially bring your wife home diseases. That's not disrespectful.
Right.
Cause that mean if somebody fucking you, jumping off your dick and getting nutted in the
You don't
face,
got nothing on.
that mean you ain't got no condom
sure.
on.
no, that don't mean that.
What?
Bro, nobody taking off the nobody doing all that.
And I'm
let's
saying,
be realistic.
listen, I'm not saying
let's
from.
be realistic.
I can send you some clips, but I'm not saying it from.
Porn.
I can send you some clips. I'm trying to tell you, I seen it.
What I'm saying
like,
is that's
for me,
not
I hate-
realistic. That's not
if
real
I'm-
life.
If
though.
I'm watching porn, I hate to watch
That's
condom
not,
porn.
That's not realistic. Hello,
So I don't want to look for that.
is this thing on? That's not realistic. You're an asshole. The realistic part is she fucking you. You about to come. You don't want to nut in her because you don't have a condom on. So you want to nut in her face. Like, let's be honest.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree that it's not realistic, especially today, because people don't use condoms.
It ain't realistic yesterday.
They don't use condoms at all.
It's not realistic that you giving somebody a facial with a condom on.
I don't think it's realistic to even get head with a condom on. But
it's not. Well, for sex workers, it is, but that ain't what we talking about. We talking about cheating, facials. It's not realistic to have a condom on. Stop telling stories to the realists around this bitch. Thank you, DTM. This is not story time with DTM.
I didn't tell a story, but what I am telling you is to
try Jesus, not me.
That's all.
Boy, I'm about to smack the fuck out of you.
That's what we're going to do, man. All right? So, but no, I'm saying my advice wasn't that it was realistic or not realistic. We didn't even go that route. It was more along the lines of, why are you giving... For one, why are you I think you're basing your relationship on sex. And you feel like sex might be all you have. So you're trying to show him that, I think I might have something else, but you really only want sex.
First of all, let's also visit the fact that if you fucking your nigga 12 times a year, trust and believe he fucking somebody else. Just like you fucking somebody else, he fucking somebody else. Because even if once a month sound bad, but when you break it down to 12 times a year,
scheduled.
So 12 times a year you giving your nigga some pussy, and you think that's good. That's realistic.
You think he looking on his calendar and he's like, oh yeah, the 16th is tomorrow.
Else, though?
The 16th is tomorrow. I'm finna
But my thing is, you fucking somebody else because you lacking, right? Because you need that. Men are more sexual than most women.
Most definitely.
Men can fuck all day, every day, nonstop. All the time.
Most definitely.
So you telling me that you craving somebody else because you need that touch. You don't think he do?
She told no lies there.
You don't think he do?
She told no lies
12 times a year? You think you satisfying this man with sex 12 times a year? When most men used to having sex 12 times a week.
Her response was, she feel like she can stimulate him in ways other than sexually.
I mean, you can do that too, but you gotta have sex.
Because this the thing though. While you stimulate him in other ways, you make him more horny, which making him more likely to have sex with somebody else.
I said, now
you're not being realistic.
Y'all tell me if y'all agree with this analogy. I said, because I'm an analogy king.
You should have sex at least 28 times a month.
Up top. Right now. Up top.
I'm just saying, like, but no, niggas walk through mud, they'll fuck through blood, so maybe 30 times a month. I'm just saying.
Heavy days.
I mean, yeah.
You got 2, 3 heavy days? 2, 3 heavy? And then
I'm just saying, what I'm saying is, it's bitches out here that's fucking every day.
So this is my analogy that I gave to her.
On the weekends, don't even get out the bed type shit.
It's like cooking with no seasoning. Meaning that if you're hungry, you eat it, you'll get full off of it, but it's not good. You don't really want it no more. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh my God, can I get some salt or some slap your mama or something on it? Like, can I get some hot sauce or some ketchup? I need some flavor in this because, like, you got a relationship that's flavorless.
Like,
what is this?
Who seasoned this meat? Don't do that no more.
You in a flavorless relationship. You know what I mean? So
you giving another nigga what your nigga really want.
Yeah. And I'm like that.
And he probably ain't even checking for you cheating because he got a first of all, he got a real girlfriend.
Oh, dude, for sure. Let's give him everything.
Trust and believe he taking that bitch on dates.
Man and fucking dick.
You like a hobby right now, one time a month. But I'm telling you, once a month, I couldn't even imagine having sex once. I mean, I'm a sexual person anyway, but once a month, I'm cheating. I ain't never cheated before, but I'm cheating.
It's just dumb because she likes it. Like,
right.
It's crazy. Like,
how could you want it?
But
like
don't
it,
give it to him.
But don't want to do it with the person who you.
But this the thing though. You having sex with somebody else every day. You don't think your feelings gonna get involved?
Most definitely.
Every day.
Most definitely.
Nigga coming home from work, you making sure you shower, shave.
With him.
Exactly.
Especially,
but it's okay though, because your nigga in love with somebody else anyway, so it's fine. Trust me. Trust me. Right now, she gonna listen to this and be mad as hell. Like, that nigga better not be another bitch.
Come here, let me smell your dick. Let me see if it smells like soap.
It's gonna smell like Patricia's pussy.
What y'all just be doing? Y'all just be just playing Uno?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just be on the phone.
Oh, y'all be playing Uno.
Going to dinner.
Like,
Y'all just be going to
every
dinner.
weekend, during the week you be tired sometimes. But I
Hashtag
still, on
Pete.
my tired days, I be like, hey,
Hashtag
what's going
TBBW.
Let's do a
what's
quickie.
going on?
All right.
Something. Come rub up against me or something.
Hashtag
Shit.
TBBW. Listen, so, what? What's wrong?
So what you think? So if I was only having sex with you once a month, what
You already know that won't work out.
Oh, not at all.
First
Y'all
of all,
both too sexual.
DTM
for
will
that.
probably turn to a rapist.
For sure. I don't even know if I can go. It had to be a real reason for it to be once a week. Like, if it's something medical.
Especially if y'all like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if it's something medical, I can get it. You know what I mean? If
Right.
there's something going
Yeah,
on
that I can work
that I
with.
know about, we communicated. I'm
That
like,
I can
okay,
work
can
with
get it.
somewhat. 'cause
I
I'm
can
gonna need
figure
to go to
something
the
out,
doctor.
but
'Cause we
yeah.
still young.
Yeah.
First of all,
But you know,
he
your
be like, I
mouth
get,
work,
I
your
get that
arm-
we
your
can't,
hand, something.
but what your dentist cleared? Could you come?
Because I
suck
feel
my
like
dick?
you got a clearance from the dentist. I feel like the dentist gave you a clearance.
You got more than one hole. That's all I
More than one hole.
all that, all
Through
that.
your mouth.
You better work on that
Was
wrist.
it pussy
Something.
mouth ass? Was it?
There it is.
PMA, pussy mouth ass. Come on.
3 holes.
Shit.
Open
Your
one
nose,
up.
something,
Open one up.
something. Yep. Stick it in your
No,
ear.
Ain't something.
Nah,
It ain't gonna fit.
Get creative.
I don't want them holes because they're too little.
Yeah, but
They
get,
figure
Unless
it
you
out.
got littles, then
Get creative.
First of all, if he that little, you ain't
That's
gonna
what
want to
I'm
be with him
saying.
no way.
So
I'm just saying, get creative. He's like, you know what? Let me smell it.
Fuck
you want to smell?
COVID test.
I'm
You
about
got a
to-
COVID test dick?
I'm about to
Get your
sniff-
COVID test dick
I'm
away
about to
from
sniff the nut out your dick
like a lineman.
like a lion.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I just feel like once a month is not that is not even conducive to a happy, healthy. At least once a week.
at least once a week.
I know animals
And that
that
was-
hibernate and get it more than once a month.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about, like, you know, I love numbers. I'm not good at math, but I love numbers. So once a week, like, you know, that's 48 times a year, which is better
That still
than
ain't enough
12.
for me.
But it's better than
Like,
12 times.
I
No,
don't care if I'm like
I'm sorry,
dead
52
tired,
times a
been
year.
crying all day.
It'd be
I'd
52
like,
times
Let
a
me
year.
get my wine. What you about to do?
Right.
You ready for
Yeah.
bed? Because I'm ready.
Like 52 times a year sound
Right.
better than 12 times a year. That's 40 more
I at
times.
least need it a couple times a week.
If you do it once a week,
Fuck that.
that's 52 times a year. Come on,
Yeah.
sis.
I mean,
You got to
Come
step
on,
your game
sis.
up. You got to step your game up.
But it don't matter
that's
because
better than once a week.
But it
once a
don't
week,
matter
a
though,
month,
because he got a bitch that fuck him every day. Just like you got a nigga that fuck you every day, he got a bitch that fuck him every day. It's probably a bitch at work.
I wish I could do it every day.
They play hide the head on lunch.
Nah.
Gas station. Pull up, fill her up,
I be too
leave.
tired for every day. Now, if I ain't have extracurricular activities with these children,
Yeah, but you
All the
still do
time.
it more than once a month.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even you
I feel
gotta
like
think
you
about
should want it more than once a month.
Even when you on bad times with your dude, you still do it more than once a month.
True.
Like I don't like you,
That's
but
true.
can you come drop that dick off right
You ain't
quick?
never lied.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
very true.
I check the mailbox for the dick, but the mail I'm not going to check for. But the dick in the mailbox, I
I
get
don't
it.
never
and
check the
boom.
mail, man.
But I'm just saying, like,
I send them
what's-
drunk texts. What you come through? What you doing? Where you at?
she be so mean too. He be like, hey, she be like, hey,
Right.
just gone upstairs.
What you doing?
What
about
she be
to
doing
do?
today? Just gone upstairs.
Right. Acting like Veronica.
Hell yeah, from
What you about to do?
the have and the have not.
Yeah, acting like Veronica.
Oh, we gonna start calling BFF Veronica
Yeah.
and bring a condom. 2 of them.
Give me. You got 3 seconds to show me why I should let you stay here.
I know that's right.
Okay, you got it. Come on, go on upstairs and get there. I'll be up there. in a
Gone
minute.
upstairs. I'll be up there in a
I'll
minute.
be up there in a minute.
Man,
That be BFF when she mad at him.
Shout out to
all the
Veronica.
time.
Dog.
She was one of my
That's
favorite
all the
characters
time,
on there
bro.
because she was just like ruthless. And I was
She's
like, I
so
ain't,
cutthroat.
man, I ain't never
We gonna
seen
start calling
nobody.
BFF Veronica.
Okay.
All right. So before we
I'm gonna
jump
get her a shirt
into
made to say hi, I'm Veronica.
the Ask KD, which is a financial Ask KD, we gotta give a shout out to our second sponsor. Second sponsor is preeminentbrands.net. All right. So for whatever reason, you got some people out here, they walk around here kind of funky, whatever it is, and you want them
Well,
to
they
not
still
be.
got a shower.
Yeah, funky.
You want them to, showers only help for the moment. You got to do something to add to it.
Gotcha.
So what you want to do is you want to go to www.preeminentbrands.net. And if you, now fragrance is very important, especially women love fragrance
Yes.
for themselves and for their gentlemen, right?
Yes.
Ain't nothing like a good
Yes.
smelling man make them panties come off.
Because what happens is generally you can smell the person before you see them.
Sure.
You're supposed to be able to. You go, oh, somebody here. And after they smell good so many times, you can already identify that they're here or they're around or whatever. Or so-and-so been here because I smelled it, whatever.
That's like my daddy, his cologne that he used to wear back in the day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So what they do is they give you this quiz and you can let them know what you like and the smells that fit your body perfectly, whatever. And after you take the quiz, they'll create your own fragrance for you that fits your body and it's all natural oils. You don't want to miss this opportunity, I'm telling you. Preeminentbrands.net. And then they also have their top fragrance, which is Orgasm, out cold. If you love your girl, you should get her the Orgasm. I'm just saying. I'm going to put you on notice. If you love your girl, go to preeminentbrands.net, get the Orgasm. Make sure you use the promo code Reality20 and get the extra 20% off. I guarantee you, she going to love you for a nice, I ain't going to say forever because you might suck in other areas. But if you don't, she's going to love that. That's going to be the top-notch gift. So what you want to do, preeminentbrands.net. I said preeminentbrands.net. And if you didn't hear me, I said preeminentbrands.net. Use the promo code Reality20. Get you 20% off of your order at the end of it. And you're going to love it. I'm telling you. They got the Netflix and chill. Y'all had the Netflix and chill yet?
It's not the thing.
Ah, man. We got to get, let me tell you. Don't play around with it, man. Preeminent.
I've been on that site, like, ordering. Like, my stuff's still in the cart. Like, I got to buy it.
and he told me, too.
Get it together.
He said, man, I seen some people come through and they ordered from you. But for some reason, they're not using the promo code Reality20 to get the extra 20% off. He said the only reason he know they came from us is because of the comment. You know, he send you emails back, and they go back and forth. How did you find me? Whatever. Okay. And they be like, oh, I found you here. He like, why you didn't use the promo code? That's why I gave it to him, so you can use the promo. So listen, use the promo code. But you know what I will say?
A lot of people like to support black businesses, so they like, I don't want no discount.
No,
you know
so yeah,
but,
and it's like the promo code just let them know where they heard it from, so they know how to promote. You know what I mean? So you don't want to spend money on a billboard, and all your people is coming from relationship reality.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd rather spend your money that way, so that way you can bring the people with the revenue in.
That's
so
true.
He's so professional.
Yeah, I'm talking about that. He killing the game out here.
And if y'all come to the book release, y'all can meet him.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna order my
just so y'all know, we got 2 new sponsors that's coming next week. So
shoot.
Be prepared, be ready. It's gonna be our codes. Get your game up. If y'all trying to get y'all product out here, y'all know what to do. You know, you can hit me up on my leg too.
Well, if I want to just say it on the microphone, then yes, you can.
Oh, I thought you was getting horny.
First of all, let me tell y'all, DTM got like this expensive ass microphone, pick every goddamn thing up. He got me and Kiki over here with the singing microphone.
I mean, well, you know, I'm carrying the show on my back. You know what I mean? So,
what we doing? So we can leave. I ain't your fucking pimp. I'm glad it's not you the pimp.
I didn't say pimp. I said pip.
I said I'm glad it's not you're the pip.
See, that's the
I'm glad it's Kiki Knight and you the pip.
I'm Beyonce. You Michelle.
You a motherfucking lie. I be Kelly, but bitch, I ain't Michelle.
Why you calling you Michelle?
Yeah, I ain't Michelle.
No, I ain't Michelle.
I thought we got 2 Kellys on the show.
Yeah, listen,
I be Latoya.
yeah, she was horrible. Okay.
Michelle was horrible?
Fuck yeah. And she was ugly.
She ain't do nothing afterwards?
Horrible.
Yeah, gospel. Those who sing. Those who can't do gospel.
She got a real mental illness though. She fucked up in the head.
I ain't no shit.
So,
I be Latoya.
If you have
Latoya Luckett, I be her.
Yeah, I like her.
If you have a situation that you want us to break down on the show, make sure y'all hit us up. I'm sure by now y'all should be following us on social media of some sort.
You know what? I just want to say something when you said that.
Go ahead.
It's some people from the relationship reality page trying to follow me on my personal page on the Keisha.kd. Yeah, no. You can follow me on rrp.kd, but not on my personal page. Y'all not my friends.
Y'all can follow me on my personal page.
Say it a little nicer than that.
Deontay __.
Oh, hold on, babe. Let me say. Unfortunately, on my personal page, I post pictures like my kids. Like it's my personal page.
Stuff. There you go.
But I do have a podcast page that you guys can follow. I don't mind. It's actually the bio on the relationship reality page. I feel like some of you niggas stalkers, because how the fuck you find my KD page off the relationship reality page? I don't even follow the relationship reality page off my personal page. So I feel like y'all did some research. Shame on y'all. It's private. Declined.
Shame on y'all.
But for me, I'm a public figure, so make sure y'all hit me up.
I ain't
I'm on
though.
there, Deontay_the_motivator on IG. You can hit DTM on Facebook. You'll find me. I'll pop up somewhere because I'm everywhere. Y'all never there. I'll let your boy.
Y'all can catch me on Instagram at
RRP.Kiki. My bad. RRP.Kiki.
Go.
And then you follow me at RRP.KD. R relationship, R reality, P podcast.
Holla.
Kiki.KD. KEKE. Don't be
I
adding
just
extra
seen it
E's
the
and
other
shit.
day. I was rolling. So, so this Ask KD.
Dog, what? Sorry.
This Ask KD is a finance ask question. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm really big on this because I learned my lesson as a youngin in this situation here. All right, so you loaned $3,000 to your friend last year, and since then we're gonna say he or she has refused to pay back,
Oh,
which has really deteriorated your relationship.
of course, because that's a lot of money.
You darn near begged him or her to just pay back $1,000 and forget about the rest because you kind of in a financial crisis yourself now.
Wow.
Your friend then said he or she can only give you $500
Ugh.
since that's all he or she had.
Mm.
You felt like you had no option but to accept so that you can eventually give him or her your account details to send the amount directly to your bank. You woke up the next morning, checked your account,
They took everything.
and you had $5,000 in it. You kept staring at the screen in disbelief, but it was indeed $5,000. You grabbed your phone and found 53 missed calls from your friend and an additional 27 text messages begging you to transfer back $4,500 since he or she only meant to send you $500 and mistakenly added an extra zero.
No, I'm taking all my money.
What are you going to do,
Taking all
RRP
my
family?
money.
Are you going to send back the $4,500?
No.
Take your full $3,000,
Taking my
or
$3,000.
keep the entire $5,000.
Keep them taking my $3,000.
I'm for sure taking what you
I'm
owe.
taking my money. So
I
I give you back 1,000. What was it? They owe you 3,000. I give them back 2,000. I give you back the 2,000. But you had it though, so why you ain't
lying.
give it to me?
Try Jesus, not me. Cause I throw hands.
And I'm
just
in your
saying.
ass.
I'm just saying, you're not finna play
maybe
with me
they
like
needed
that.
that for something else. But bitch, I need my money for what the fuck I need my money for. So
You know what's crazy? This was crazy for real. So we had a friend whose son passed away in August, right? Mm-hmm. She a very giving person. So she had loaned somebody like $4,000.
that's
Like
so much money.
in April, I think, like April or May, she had loaned this person $4,000. So when her son passed away, she needed the money because who got life insurance on a 13-year-old? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I
Go
mean, we got that Gerber stuff, but what I'm saying is everybody don't have that.
A lot of people don't.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So she called the girl, and she was like, that's when the PUA was hitting, like 10,000, whatever. So she was like, yeah, can I get my money? And the girl was like, oh, you could pick it up at this time at my mama's house, whatever. She get over there, the girl ain't there. Call the girl, she don't answer. So basically, Lil Mama was shaking her from her money, right? But then she came to the funeral. So when we was at the repass at the park, she was like, I'm finna go beat her ass right
For
quick.
sure.
And I was like,
Sure.
no,
Not today.
let's not beat her ass.
Yeah,
You
not
drunk for one, so you really don't want to beat her ass. But the thing is, like, if I had it in my heart to give it to you, you gotta give it back. Especially
that amount, though. That's a lot.
Yeah, especially when you see
That I need
what
it.
I'm going through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the girl told somebody at the repass, because we was all there, the repass was beautiful.
Oh,
It was so beautiful.
I've never seen one like that.
And it was she told somebody there. She pressing me for this little money I owe her. Look at all the money she spent. First of all, bitch.
Say that?
Yes, she told somebody that. And of course, my thing is, you had my son repass, so I know everybody here. So you said something that got back to her, but my thing was like, you don't know how much of that was donated.
I mean, most of it was. You don't know
Yeah,
that.
90% of that stuff was
Yeah.
donated. Cause you know she got a lot of family members that do that stuff, so they just did it for you know what I'm saying. Like the letters that was in the dawn,
Right.
somebody donated that. The backdrop, somebody donated. Like a lot of that stuff was donated. But even if I paid for it,
Right. You
Give
can't check
me my
pockets,
money.
You owe me.
It's mine, right.
How you checking
Give
my
me
pockets
my-
when you owe me?
because the thing is, when you needed it, I gave it to
I
you.
gave it to you.
But now that it's time to give it back to me, you got every excuse of why I don't need it.
So let me ask y'all this question right here.
Oh.
How?
When people come and borrow money
$4,000?
from you, and they give you a reason on why they need the money, and you find out that's a lie, do you get mad at that point?
I would.
Yeah.
Like you told me you needed the
I
money for
would.
your rent, or you
Yeah,
needed
I
the money
would.
for your hospital
Yeah.
bill.
Because
and
if you
out
come
here-
to me-
you went to
Spend on
Miami.
something else, yeah.
Because if you come to
I
me
don't let people borrow
and
money
you like,
unless it's like,
Yeah.
I will only let y'all. Which I mean, we would do it for each other.
Yeah.
With my brother, like anybody else, like I mean, no, because I don't know if I'm gonna get it back. Like,
yeah,
no, bitch, I need to be able to get it from you, and you need to be able to get it from me. Okay?
yeah,
tell
we
you.
got to have an
Like,
agreement here. But that's my
yeah.
thing. If you come to me and you like, hey, I need $1,000 for my rent. I'm about to get evicted. You got kids, whatever, and I give you $1,000. But then I go on Facebook, bitch, and you on a plane to Miami.
That happened before, yeah.
I'm going to, cause it's a
I'm
thing.
pissed,
But this a thing.
and you don't want to give me my money back either.
But that means you had the money to pay your rent, and either you took
You wanted
my
the
money and
extra
went to
money.
Miami,
Yeah, you want the extra
or
money.
you took my money and paid your rent and took
Still
your
went
money
to
and went to
Miami.
Miami.
Yeah, either way.
this shit ain't cool.
Either way, when you get back, you catching them things.
You go about to get these hands.
Oh, you want me to
Try
hit it?
Jesus?
Want me to hit it?
Go ahead, baby.
Try Jesus, not me.
No, I can't say that.
Cause I throw hands.
That would make me mad.
So
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Don't borrow money from me for frivolous shit. Don't borrow money from me to go to Benihana.
I
No,
already
so
told
what it
I
is
already
is-
told my people, all my family. Look, I'm not the one. Okay.
First of all, that
Don't
last
come to
concert they went to, and everybody didn't pay
Don't
BFF her
come-
money
don't
back.
come to
It
me.
was
People borrow money nowadays for accessory
And that was like
purpose.
$50.
You borrow money for accessory purpose nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And it became okay to do it. So I got a few stories here. The first one is I learned this lesson very early on in life, where I had a homeboy, one of my closest homeboys. He was actually my cousin too. To this day, we still don't speak. I don't even know if they're living, if he where he living, if what's going on. Like his ties was cut, and it was because of me though. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even remember how much it was. It might have been like $100, something like that. And I was supposed to give it to him on, we'll guess and say the 12th, because that's my
Right.
favorite number. But on the 12th, I didn't have it. I don't spend people. I tell you, like, yo, I ain't got it yet. Give me a
Right.
few more days. But he needed it on the 12th, because I guess he made arrangements with whatever he
Something
had
else,
going on.
yeah.
So when I had to wait an extra week or two, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't feeling it. So I did get him back the bread, but it wasn't when I said it. So at that moment, like after I paid him back, we never talked again after that. Right? And I was like, man, that sucks. So from that point on, I never borrow money. You know what I'm saying? Unless I know for a fact I got it, and it's right here.
Yeah.
I just need to transfer it from bank account to whatever.
Yeah.
Like, let me do it. Because we had a conversation yesterday in the midst of our other conversation that we was having.
we had a lot of conversations.
And it was like, you know, it was said that it was like, if you don't give your tickets away for the event, it's going to look like you only about money.
She did say
Right?
that to me.
And
I was
I-
like, huh? Me?
And I'm like, no, you got to look at it from this standpoint. If you really wanted a book and you couldn't afford the book, then yeah, we'll probably give you the book because we want you to have it in your hand. We want you to read it. We want you to, love the book. But situations like this event, if we loan you money to go to an event and you can't pay your rent, we doing you a disservice as your friend or whatever we are to you, we doing you a disservice.
Because that's how. Because then somebody asked me, could they pay for the ticket
in installments?
And I was like, no. I mean, we're not gonna do that. Like, don't pay for the ticket and
You
Like, don't break your
miss out on
right.
something.
Don't break your
I'd rather
neck.
give you a ticket. You know what I'm saying?
And that was my thing. Don't break your neck for something that you can't afford to do at this precise moment. It's not about keeping up with the Joneses and none of that. You know what I mean? It's about you got to prioritize your life. And if you thinking, you know what, I could just take this money from the rent or the DTE or the whatever, and then go here, and then tomorrow your DTE cut off.
Yeah.
Now we doing you a disservice by even entertaining you in this fashion.
Because I was like, I wasn't trying to like, I don't count people pockets or whatever, but I'm like, the ticket's only $40. You know what I'm saying? So if you got to put that on a payment plan, then I would just rather give you a book. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Send me your information. When the books come in, I'm gonna autograph your book and I'm gonna mail it to you.
Because here's the thing, and I said this too. I said before COVID, I might have been like that. You can get a ticket, just whatever if you do whatever you can, because everything is not counted. Like you can have 1,000 people come.
Yeah.
But with COVID, you probably don't need to be going anywhere right now. You need to be focusing on like your neck, because a lot of people get it confused. You can't fix money problems with money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need a different type of way of learning this thing. Like you need to learn how to get you some more income and use the money that you got to generate more money to get.
Yeah, she was like, "How you know they don't?" Because I'm like, it ain't just the $40. You got to get something to wear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You don't want that pressure.
Because I ain't trying to be a dickhead, but if you're not dressed right, you can't come in. I'm not letting nobody in with jeans and gym shoes. That's why I hired a security guard. Like, no, you can't come in like that.
Like you don't want that. That's crazy for you to even want to. Not prioritize your life like that.
But I appreciate the support, though. That's what I told her. I appreciate the support.
Like we just did.
I'm gonna send you a book on me. I'm gonna sign it. I'm gonna send it to you.
We just did Houston, right? We sitting here, be like, yeah, we want to go back just for that one day. I'll be doing a disservice to an individual who wanted to go with us for that one day to go to the turkey leg hut, knowing that they really can't afford it. They got to pay rent. They got to do this. They just figure, God gonna provide. He already provided. You gave it away.
But you know what?
You put it in the wrong spot.
Turkey leg cook bougie too, y'all. They don't take a lot of payments.
Yeah.
No, we don't take that. We don't take that.
We don't take that.
What is
Nah.
this? Hold on.
Just bring major credit cards. Okay?
Or cash.
Yeah, definitely go through with the cash.
Because they don't take shit. But I went to Vegas with a group of girls one time, and I guess one of the ladies didn't have, but she had enough money to go, but that was it. Like you didn't bring any like spending money for real, so you relied on a guy saying he was gonna send you some money, and he didn't send the money. So now you like, yeah, no, I can't go to the museum. No, I can't go eat. No, I can't go. I said, why would you take a trip and you couldn't afford it? Like, who does that?
Why you ain't bring no money?
I'm gonna sit with you on this one, but no, I'm going to eat. I'm going to, like, I ain't missing out on everything. I'm gonna sit back with you because I don't want you to be by yourself all the time. But you should have. And I'm not paying, so no, I'm not paying for you. So.
That's the thing.
I'm gonna go eat.
That's
like, why would you do that?
That was like the girl in the bathroom.
And we work at the same place, so I don't know why you can't afford some shit. Like,
right.
Fuck.
Remember the girl in the bathroom BFF when we was in Houston?
Man.
So me and BFF went to the bathroom. She on the phone, not BFF. The girl was on the phone like,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, I didn't know I had to put on deposit. Like I brought the money from my room, but that was it. I was like, can you send me whatever the deposit amount was? So I don't know who she was talking to, but the person mentioned the name, and she was like, "Girl, I can't call him. I already owe him money." So the girl response must have been, "If you owe him money, I'm not giving you no money." She was like, "No, I wouldn't do you like that. I would pay you back." So we ended up, finishing what our business, washing our hands, and leaving out. But sis really was bold,
she was like begging.
When we walked in, she was sitting on the. When we was walking out, she was sitting on the chair, trying to call a car. I didn't know, whatever. But when we came back in to use the bathroom before we left, she was in there in the stall, like, please, like, I'm already out here.
I was like, ooh.
So I didn't know if like she came out there to maybe work Because
Right.
I heard they strip clubs be popping.
But my thing is, you gotta know a lot of the hotels charge a deposit. Like
Yeah.
most of them.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah, because sis, they gotta make sure you
They
don't
gotta
tear that
make sure
shit
you're not
up.
tearing it up, smoking, you know, all of that.
She was like, when I get the deposit back, I give it back. Like, she was damn near like literally begging. She was like, I just gotta. So that's why I think she was out there to work. You know what I'm saying? But because that's all she brought. Whatever they told her the room cost was, that's all the money she had.
I said, oh, she must have been running from her baby daddy because her baby daddy wasn't no good, so she was trying to get away. I just try to look out for her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. She might need help. I don't even know who she was, but
What the baby daddy got to do with it?
because he might have been putting a pause on her. So she was trying to get away.
She didn't look like she had been beaten up.
Oh. All right,
She gave me stripper vibes for sure.
Lady, I tried.
She had like the 45-inch weave with the little outfit. Like
Oh,
she
what
gave
about
me
the
stripper wave.
what about the group that was on the bus that on the way back to the airport
That-
with the big old bags? I was like, oh no, babe, they came to work.
Oh yeah, they was rappers though.
Yeah, they came to work. I was like, they came out here.
What
for
about
show.
the girls? Was it the same girls that was on the plane with?
And they cussed the driver out because he got out the bus too late to help them with their bags.
She was like, lazy ass motherfucker don't want to help us with our
like,
bags. Like,
dang.
bitch, it ain't up to him.
Well, with that being said, y'all, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all checking in each and every single week,
I
man.
love y'all. I
You
love
know,
gay people.
We appreciate y'all each and every week, man. We do this.
Hey, what time is it, nigga?
What time is it, John? Y'all know what time it is?
Check out time.
So listen, y'all, make sure y'all tune in next week. We're gonna talk about a lot of different stuff. One thing I really want to talk about next week is how people value confirmation over correction. So,
I don't like it, but it's true.
D. So, with that being said, this is your boy DTM, Dr. DTM.
Your girl KD.
Your hostess with the mostest, Kiki.
And this is the #1 podcast for relationship reality podcast. We appreciate you as always. Make sure you tune in next week. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend who didn't tell a friend but should have told a friend. Make sure you let them know. You know what I mean? Because we ain't really keeping score. We just going to keep scoring. Holla at your boy.
Period.
Peace.
Two of them.
Deuces.